It's a really interesting discussion about how important it is for people to find meaning in their work. On the one hand, people say you should do what you love, follow your passion, and life works out for you. Not necessarily all of the time. Passion's important, but it's not the only element. On the other end of the spectrum, there's people that say, you know what, I find my passion, my meaning, my contribution that feels good to me other places. My job is my job. I go to work for the paycheck, I come home, I enjoy my family and other things that I do. And what we always find really interesting is where people fall on that spectrum between looking to their job to provide them with all of the meaning that they seek, to those that just want a job that they can go to from 9 to 5, come home and call it a day. There's an interesting trend and pattern that's happened in society, though, that helps us to understand this spectrum in a little bit of a better way. In the 1900s, people did the job that was needed to be done with the skills that they had based on the geography that they lived in. You worked close to home, you provided a good or a service based on the local market. You went to your job in order to get paid, you came home and you participated as an active member of your community. It's a time when religious affiliation, community group participation, society in general had a distinct role outside of the workforce. If we evolve to today, there's so many discussions that take place about work-life balance. We talk about that all the time. And at the same time, what we've seen is outside community affiliation has dropped. People are now seeking meaning from their job because their job is really, their career is really their major outlet for integrating with society. And if they're not part of other community groups, if they're not affiliated with an organization that has broader purpose or meaning, and if they're not volunteering their time, they're going to look to their job to make sure that all of the ways that they can express who they are have a chance to come out. That's an enormous burden on employers. Employers never necessarily signed up to replace community involvement. You see things in organizations like integration with charity work and other ways to provide meaning to employees as a way to keep them engaged. But I don't think everyone has necessarily thought through the effect of the employer now being the single source of meaning. And it's also an enormous challenge to the community groups that are looking to say, how do we get our people back? We still have a lot to offer that can provide people with meaningful ways to contribute to society. And going forward, that integration between community groups and employment and looking at work-life balance not just in your job, but in the full spectrum of things that you do is really important. It's why at Challenge Factory, all of our clients get a portfolio plan that balances their hobbies and interests, the things they want to take some risks at, and their job. It's not your employer's job to help you find the full meaning of your life. There's lots of outlets for you to be able to do that. But having a job that you're passionate about is a good first step.